people do the mornings and the afternoons, or do they choose whether it's going to be morning or lunch?
You can
They
go
do
to as
anytime.
many as you like.
Ah, look at that. Look at Mark making things happen and possible.
Welcome, YouTube. We are on YouTube. So hello to YouTube.
Hello,
Nice
YouTube.
to see everyone.
Hey.
We're going to get started. So first and foremost, we like to introduce our guests. So Tasha, you and Zoe are guests. So Zoe, you were here first. However, I like to let ladies go first. So Tasha, if you would tell us who you are and what you do. And we have a question of the day today. The question of the day is, what one word would you own in the minds of your customers?
Ah.
I'm answering now.
Wait, so am I doing all of it? Or you said don't answer it yet?
You can either do the question first or you can do your introduction.
Okay, all right. So my introduction. So I'm Tasha Hosang, a search engine optimization specialist, right? I'm in digital marketing. I've been in this space for 15 plus years. I have a master's degree in digital marketing. I'm currently with Hearst Media Services. So I'm all things digital. So SEO, pay-per-click, email marketing, social media, web design. I do it all. We own properties like HGTV, Home and Garden, ESPN, Cosmopolitan, Oprah Magazine. So we're a large conglomerate, but I am here locally focusing on small to medium-sized businesses get on the first page of Google. And so one word that I would claim, like own for dedication.
Dedication.
Yeah. So like what usually happens is like we bring clients on and it's like they go through like this like a steps, right? But we kind of hand it off to the next person, like pass the baton. But with my clients, I don't do that. I am with them every step of the process. I'm on every conference call. I am checking their dashboards for them. I'm checking in, like, yeah. So that's the kind
Very good. Thank you. So we are a team that claps. So thank you so much for that. And then Zoe, I'm going to go to you. And Tasha, if you have not yet come up with your information so people can contact you and put it in the chat, please. That would be helpful. And Zoe, tell us who you are and what you do, please. And the question of the day, what one word do you want to own in the mind of your clients or your customers?
Okay, well, hey everybody, my name's Zoe. I am a social media marketer and manager for Dave Kramer with Dave Talks Business. Hey YouTube, we have a YouTube channel. It's called Dave Talks Business. Dave has transitioned to being a business coach. He's got a channel where he provides perspective and advice for small business owners. We also do feature videos, documentary style, with small business owners on our channel. Our most recent one was with Root Patel, the CEO of Voyager Industries right here in Lakeland, Florida. And we're excited and looking forward to growing that channel and doing more features with small business owners. I work in that department as a video editor. And man, what else can I say? Oh, yes, the word I would own in the mind of our clients is yes.
Oh, very
Pretty
good.
straightforward.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes.
Thank you for that. We always like to welcome our guests. This is going to be the best time that you're going to spend with your for your company, right, is getting to know other business owners. So we thank you and welcome you to RGA. So what is RGA? What does the acronym stand for? So one of our members, yes, Melissa Mabe, tell us.
It actually stands for revenue generating activities.
Very good. Thank you so much for that. Revenue generating activity, because if you are not generating activity, right, your business isn't growing. So we want to make sure that you can do that by meeting other networkers and other business owners. So we have all come up with our own acronym for RGA. So some of us, you know, have to go that extra mile and say what RGA is. So who else can tell me what RGA is to you? Trish.
Refer, grow, and achieve.
Refer, grow, and achieve, right? Because you're referring clients, right? Or you're getting those referrals, and that means you're growing, you're helping others grow, and you're achieving the business that you want to achieve in every day, right? So what else? What other acronyms do we have? Welcome, Amber.
Hi there.
Who else has come up with another one? Yes, Melissa May.
Well, referring great associates.
Referring great associates, because you're going to find when you become a member of RGA, you're going to find all of the great members and the great referrals that we have here in this network. Mark, you had your hand up.
Well, in honor of Pride Month, because RGA as an organization has been featured by the business journals as a business of pride, I would say we represent growth for all.
Growth for all. Very good. Represent growth for all. I like that one.
Ooh,
Anyone else have one? How about rapid growth allegiant? Allegiance.
Oh, I like it.
Yes, rapid growth. Because when you start networking with other business entrepreneurs, right, your business is going to start to grow very quickly. And we want to make sure that you can do that here at RGA. If you look at our website, which is rganetwork.net, you're going to find that on that network page, there are so many people that you can converse with and that you can refer, right? And you refer your clients to that can actually help you grow your business. So make sure that you're checking that out. That was rganetwork.net. And let's see. We're going to move right on. Why do we RGA? So there are specific reasons people join a network. Some of them, some networks are different than others. We believe that we've taken the best, or Mark has taken the best of the best in the networking world, and he's put them all together in one network. And so there are reasons why we choose RGA network over others. What is that reason for you? So Mel, can you tell me what your reason is that you RGA?
Well, one of the many reasons, certainly we are non-seat specific. Many of our members work together. So as a good example, Cynthia, just last couple of weeks ago, I needed new insurance for my home because the homeowner's insurance that we had was leaving Florida. And they were going to cut us off at the end of the month. So I called Patty Taylor, and who then called Daryl Stidham, and the two of them worked a deal, and I saved $1,000.
Wonderful. That's awesome. See, we can also work together. So thank you for that. Trish, why do you RGA?
I RGA because it makes me feel good about myself. One of the other networking places that I've been a member of, the people were very nice, but because I travel as part of my job and escort groups, I was missing meetings and I would get in trouble for that. Even if I had somebody to take my place, I would be, I would get in trouble. So I eventually was asked to leave because I was going to Europe 3 or 4 times a year escorting groups, because that was my revenue generating activity. But this is great because I can come when I can. I can come to as many meetings as I'd like to virtually while I'm traveling, like in Chattanooga today. And I can even go to all of the in-persons if I wanted to. And so I really appreciate that. It was a lifesaver to me, especially during COVID.
That's great. So during COVID, a lot of companies did, stop working, or networks stop working. Mark was kind enough to go ahead and get his businesses back on track and on Zoom, so that we could keep all of those businesses going and generating activity within our network. So that was huge, and we continue to use that because we found that, there are people that still don't want to do in-person meetings, and so this is a great fit for them. And you can join, and then you're allowed to go to any of those networking meetings, every week. So you can have 5 meetings if you'd like. You can have 1 meeting if you'd like. So whatever fits your business structure. Melissa, did you have your hand up as well? Why do you?
Yeah, I was going to say, RGA is warm and welcoming from a pricing perspective, especially for nonprofits. And then our rate is locked in and grandfathered. So that is one of the many reasons I RGA, but certainly it is very open and welcoming to nonprofits like us.
That's right. It stays locked in as long as you're a member. And so your price never goes up. So you're right. For nonprofits, it's a no-brainer. You get to keep that price. Any business owner, as a matter of fact, as long as you stay a member, your rate stays the same. So it's always great to be able to lock that in, even though you know prices go up every single year on everything. If you've locked yourself in, you get to stay at that rate. Right. And you can also have a member. So Zoe, I know you have a large group of people that are members, and your company can pay an extra $100 and get you on board as well. So it gives a discount to the companies, right? To have multiple members. So right now our rate is $299.99. But you can sign up and you can join, have another member of your organization join for $100, which is very cost effective for businesses, for sure. Anyone else? Why do you RGA? Amber, do you have any reason why?
I do. How about because you can? You can from Nebraska. Okay. I had to pause that to make people think, what was I saying? I'm in Nebraska. I'm doing RGA. I live in Florida, but I'm up here and I love it. Mark created it so that we can do Zooms, I guess because of COVID, but it's amazing. We can grow.
That's great. Yep. So that is the one benefit is you can RGA anywhere in the world. And we have organizations, quite a few of them all over. Mark, how many different states are you in now?
Well, officially meetings are in 3 different states, but we have members from San Diego to Michigan to New York, Indiana.
Very good.
Tennessee. We're playing the 50 nifty United States, but I can't remember them all. But yeah, members from all over.
Very
hey, Greg, welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Greg. Good to see you today. All right, so I'm going to need a timekeeper to keep time for me as well. So if someone, Mel, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But Mark, before we do that, can you tell us what's going on with the RGA University? Do we have any university?
We don't have a date yet, but we have a university coming up on how not to get hacked by Russia. So I mean, if the US can't do it, RGA's taking it on. So one of our IT folks are going to show us the signs to look for in emails before you click, links and all of a sudden you've got your thing hacked. So, and we're trying to figure out that everybody probably should see this one because we've all been victims of those. But yeah, there's like 10 ways to spot one of those phishing scams and stop answering the questions of what's your favorite dog's pet name? Where did you go to high school? Who is your best friend? And right. All of those are security questions, dummies. So quit answering those quizzes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it.
Mark, are you looking for speakers for university?
We are, Greg, I'm so glad you asked. We're looking for business professionals to put on a university class for our members. So I'll send you the information.
I'm there.
Because it sounds like Greg's asking.
That's awesome. Greg is a great speaker. He and I had a Zoom meeting, and I'll tell you, he's going to be doing some work for me too. So thank you for that, Greg. Appreciate it.
Thanks for your insurance referral too.
Yep, no problem. Hope they were able to help you out. All right, so we got a timekeeper, and we're going to give you each 30 seconds to do your commercial. And our question of the day is, what one word do you want to own in the minds of your customers? Right? So what one word do you want your customers to, when they think of that word, they think of you? All right, so we're going to start with Mel. Mel, if you could go first, we're going to have you tell us who you are, what you do, who's a great referral for you, and then the question of the day, please.
All right. Hi, everyone. I am Melissa Mabe. I am the owner of Melrose Enterprises, full service event planning and promotions company. From festivals to fundraisers, from galas to grand reopenings, you can trust the event pros at Melrose. Currently, I think the one word that really I want people to stick with is resourceful. And it has two meanings. Not only am I a problem solver, resourceful, but I am full of resources. So let me know what you need.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. And then we're going to go to Trish. Trish, tell us who you are and what you do, please.
Hello, I am Trish Gastineau, the owner of Simply Customized Travel, and I am a luxury travel concierge. We like to help our clients custom design itineraries that give them endless possibilities and lifelong memories. Right now, I am looking for future group leaders, people who would like to travel and lead a group someplace that they're interested in. So if you know of somebody that people like to be around who likes to travel, have them give me a call. I would love to talk with them. As far as one word, I think that if I could get a client who's thinking about travel to think of me as being indispensable, that would be great.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you so much, Trish. Melissa, you are up. And then,
You bet.
Yep. So go ahead and tell us who you are and what you do, please.
You bet. My name is Melissa Marison, and I am with Tampa Crossroads. We are one of your local deserving nonprofits. We focus on behavioral wellness, housing, and employment. We have a Veterans Assistance Center where we put veterans into permanent housing from homelessness, as well as a women's residential program for substance abuse and other types of issues they may be facing. So we do a lot of things here from the heart. We have a crew of amazing individuals, and we are always looking for homeless people. If you see them on the side of the road, especially those are holding signs that say they're a homeless vet, please lead them to us. We want to help them. I'm also looking to just let everybody know that we started a fundraising raffle today. So if you visit our website, we have a number of raffle prizes that are amazing packages. Some of them include coaching sessions, stuff like that, from our board directors and things like that. So I just want to share that info. As far as our word, I would say integrity. That's how we do all of our work. When we are helping someone, we're trying to help them restore their integrity, and we use the utmost integrity in all the work we do. So thank you for the opportunity.
Appreciate that. And don't forget to put your information in the chat once you're done so that people out there on YouTube can actually find us, right? And then Amber, tell us who you are and what you do, please.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amber. And basically, I work with a company called Legal Shield and ID Shield. They've been around about 50 years. I've been around at 20. And we protect you from what happens. If you're not using an attorney, you probably already are because they're using everybody else's when you think, do, or say, or sign. Have one on speed dial. We got that. Get your answers done, get your documents looked over, do your will, get out of a speeding ticket. I've done it 5 out of 5 times. Not that I ever speed, of course, but that's about it. And guess what? My word I would like people to think of when they think of me would be authentic.
All right. Very good. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And then Greg, tell us who you are and what you do, please.
My name's Greg Habas. I'm president of Words Perfect, a copywriting and marketing consulting firm in Coconut Creek, Florida. We specialize in branding products and services to consumers, businesses, and the media, and creating content that enables you to compete with any brand in your locality or industry. The algorithms for Google, Facebook, and Instagram have all changed. A lot of you know that, some of you may not. As a result of that, you now have to optimize both your website content and your website to keep pace with those changes. It's their platforms, got to play by their rules. So it's important to have your site and your content optimized for those, to cover those changes, and also to compete literally with any brand in your locality or industry. We can do both together, and we will once you call me. So let's get together and get that done. Thank you and have a great day.
Oh, one word.
Oh, and the one word would be expert, because that's what I am and what I do.
Okay. Thank you so much, Greg. We appreciate that. And then I'm Cynthia Grosso, a regional vice president with Primerica. As a mother, I understand the importance of strong family, and I'm here to help people realize that every day, that their need to become properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent is important. It's proven that families thrive when they know they're protected and they feel their future is promising. Give me a call, Cynthia Grosso, Primerica Financial Services. My one word would be grit, and that's the name of my team because it stands for guts, and I always have the guts to fight for my clients. Resilience, I hope that they will have this for the longest period of time. Integrity, I like to make sure that my clients are taken care of with honesty. And then tenacity, I will go after and fight for your insurance needs. So Cynthia Grosso, Primerica Financial. And then that brings me to my friend, mentor, the president and founder of RGA. No words can express how much he, means to me and what he does for us and our businesses throughout COVID. Throughout, just starting out, I moved to Florida and he was able to help me get a business or a network going off the ground, helped him build that for a little bit. And then COVID hit. So of course we all shut down, but not as far as RGA was concerned. So I'm going to let him introduce himself, who he is, what he does, and why we all joined RGA.
Oh, well, thank you, Cynthia. And you guys, just so you know, for YouTube, who would have thought we'd get comments on YouTube already? I can only post 200 characters at a time. So some of your information is broken up, and Spinter, whoever it is, I'll post the other half of the information in a minute. So who knew? Mark Waddell, president and founder of RGA. I have a passion for helping businesses. I was fortunate enough to always find a job that I love to do. And when Aaron and I retired, moved to Florida, I had to get it. You can only fish for so many days. So that I love these people who are like, oh, and I'm going to fish. You get over it. Anyway, I knew I got into sales. I never had to sell anything. And a warm lead is better than an open door, right? So I'd like to thank Cynthia, Trish, Melissa, our team leaders who really kept RGA up and running. We've been featured on ABC, CBS, NBC, the Tampa Bay Business Journals, the Tampa Bay Times is a place to be to network your business. So come grow your business with us. I'm glad, Cynthia, you used an acronym because I was going to say referrals, but ours would be a family. Find another member and learning why. Because when you find out why you do what you do, you're much more apt to refer Greg and Cynthia and Trish and Amber and Melissa or Mel, like when you really know your why. So that I was glad we worked with that acronym.
Awesome.
That's my word, family.
The family. That's great. Thank you, Mark. And we do what are called moms and dads because we are a family here, right? So a mom is a meeting outside of a meeting. A dad is a discussion after dinner. And then we also do Zaz, which is a Zoom after a Zoom. So we keep all of it, family oriented. And we thank you, Mark, for that. We appreciate it. All right. Typically, we would have a 10-minute presentation, but today what we are going to do is we are going to talk a little bit about, and we're going to get input from everyone. So this is a time for you to be able to share your thoughts. And Mark, what was it? Because I was thinking maybe time management.
Time management is good. I love that. But it was funny today at our in-person meeting at the hangar. It was leads versus referrals. And so many people, especially younger networkers, seasoned folks have gotten it down. A lead is, when you say I'm looking for a young family, oh, my neighbor, their daughter just had a baby, let me get you her number. Well, that, unless you actually talk to the lady and find out what's in the baby's name is and what their situation is and kind of pre-introduce you, that's a lead. A referral is, here's her name and number. This is her second child. Her husband works during the day. She works at night. you know what I mean? Where you get kind of a backstory, that's a referral. They're expecting your call. They're looking forward to speaking with you. And it was funny to find out how some people, you know, because we would have the guy who does the menus for restaurants, right? And everybody would tell him about their favorite pizza place. And he would say, do you know the owner? No, but, you know, Bunny's Pizza is the best pizza in Clearwater. But do you know the owner? I mean, if you know the owner, you can say the next time you're at your favorite pizza place, hey, Bunny, would you talk to Peter about these free menus? So kind of setting up the referral instead of a lead. Does that make sense?
That is it makes a lot of sense. So Mark, finding a plumber, right? Finding a plumber and you see their truck going down the road and someone's looking for a plumber. Let's say, Trish, you're looking for a plumber and I see a van going down the road and I take down their phone number and give that to you. Is that a lead or is that a referral?
Oh, Trish is freezing.
She is. Literally. You're muted.
Muted, Trish.
I'm sorry, I am literally freezing here, but no, were you asking me, is that a lead or a referral? I think that it's a lead because you don't know the person. You just saw it and you knew that I was looking for somebody. So maybe that's a lead rather than a referral.
Absolutely, it would be a lead. Now, if I were to tell Tasha, I've got a friend that could use your services, right? And I know that they're looking for some work in the website world or whatever. Not really sure about your business, but if I were to send someone and they're a personal friend of mine and I give you their phone number and I give them the introduction to you, is that a referral or a lead?
Yes, that's most definitely a referral.
A referral, because I introduced that individual. So we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. When we look for referrals, we are looking for someone to actually introduce us to that individual. You know that person, you know who they are. So anyone else have any other thoughts or comments on referrals and introductions or yes, Mel.
Sometimes a referral isn't necessarily business, but it is resources. So in my case, because I'm an event planner, people send me band names or they'll send me, like yesterday, I got a trivia person who runs trivia games over Zoom. He does it nationally. That's just as valuable to me to have the resources and to learn who the good resources are as it is to be introduced to potential clients.
Very good. Thank you for that. And that is true. So when you become a member, you go to our website, you can find all of the referrals on there. So if you know someone is looking for something in particular, I go right to the website, I look for that individual and I make that connection for them. So you don't have to always be, just ignoring someone that's looking for something. If you know who someone is, then you need to go to our website and look their name up, look their business up, and refer that individual to that person, right? And make that connection for them. Any other thoughts? How do you handle referrals? Yes, Mark, go ahead.
Well, so I had a couple for, one of our CPAs is moving. And so she needed her place cleaned, she needed it painted, and she needed the floors sealed. Well, luckily, we have more than one person who does each of those things. So I was able to give her 2 house cleaners, 2 painters, and 2 floor people so she could pick the person, right? I mean, they still kept within the RGA family. So literally, like and then I called them back and I also called the people who didn't get the job, right? Because I just said it was nothing personal. It was a personality. They just liked the other personality. But all 3 of them appreciated the feedback, right? It wasn't price, it was personality. Because she did a great job as Michael Giaconetta. I mean, it looks like a true Florida condominium. And then I said, luckily it's on the inside of the condo so they can paint it any color they want. But when people walk by and look in the windows, they're going to think she she's Jamaican crazy because it's a bright. But yeah, it was, and she thanked me because she said she was able to interview both of them. So.
And that's the beauty of RGA is we are not seat specific. So if you're looking for a painter, you're not going to get one painter, right, referred to you and you are expected to use that individual. You're going to get multiple because there are companies out there or insurances, right, out there that say you have to get multiple quotes. And so how do you get a multiple quote from your network and be required to use one person if only one person is allowed to join, right? So that is why RGA is beneficial to multiple people because we can refer multiple individuals, right? So it does go by personality. Yes, Mel.
Just to tack onto that, all those people that Mark was talking about are checked for their insurance, their bonding, and all of their licenses. So we know that we can trust them within the confines of RGA.
That's right. So you have to be licensed and insured, and for a lot of the different areas, right? And when I moved to Florida, that was one of the biggest concerns. These, what is it? Was not a concern were the handymen, right? Handymen in Florida have to be licensed. Well, in Michigan, where I'm from, you didn't have to be licensed. You could be doing handyman work, right? And it didn't matter who it was. So that's one of the things that I like, the handyman. So if you are a handyman and you are licensed, you need to get a hold of RGA because we, I think, are in desperate need of a handyman in RGA for sure.
And they need to be insured. Don't forget insured.
Yes, licensed and insured.
And it's funny because there are businesses that are on the unlicensed contractor board that they specifically go out and look for people, who are promoting themselves as these experts. They can save everybody money, and they can because they're not paying for license and insurance. And if something happens, I learned this from the president of that organization. If something happens to your house and a handyman put up a fan, let's say, and he's not licensed, your insurance, and the house burns down and they determine that it was the ceiling fan, your insurance doesn't cover it.
Right. One thing I did find out just recently was if you do not have insurance as a business owner, if you pick up, so I have business partners that work with me. If I pick up one of my business partners and travel them to the office with me and we get in an accident, if my car is not insured through a corporation, right, I can be at fault for that individual. My insurance would say, nope, you're not covered to carry that individual in your vehicle. So business owners, there are certain guidelines you have to follow. So that was one of the things that I just found out a couple days ago, actually. So anyone else have anything to add?
Call your Legal Shield attorney when you do that.
Thank you, Amber. I am covered.
I couldn't help it. I had to do it. It was like that progressive lady on the beach, I had to.
Yeah.
Leave it to the marketer to chime in on referrals. One thing I was going to say on the subject of receiving a referral is that, when you get that referral, having someone give you a referral in its own way is a bit like getting a lead, right? It's important after you get that referral that now you have someone who is willing to kind of endorse your business. So it's important. You need to, just like you want to touch back with the client, you need to touch back with that person. You need to learn about what their business is doing. You need to see if you can give them a referral back. You need to help them out. You need to reciprocate that because what you're doing is building relationships.
Right.
So we call it banking. Yeah, banking your referral. The best way to get referrals is to give referrals.
That's absolutely right. In life, I mean, we do it every day, right? We want someone to care about us. We have to care about them, right? And so it's the same thing in business. And if you take some of your business or your life experiences and bring them into your business, right? Dealing with people, you're going to be better off as long as you're doing the right thing. So anyone else want to chime in?
I got one. There's a borderline between referral and lead. Here's a good one. Somebody see if they got this. I don't know if there's a direct answer. I have a business card from someone. Don't know where I got it. Maybe RGA, but I got it. And this guy, so a friend of mine says, I need that service. And I go, here, call him. Now, is that a referral or a lead? I'll tell you what I think, but what do you think?
Well, that's hard to say. If you have a business card that you don't know where you got it, I'm always worried about my reputation, because if I'm like passing you a referral, I'm usually 100% behind the people that I'm recommending. So I guess I would say I got this business card at a networking function. They're doing what you're asking, but do your own due diligence.
Yes, very good. Yes, so
it's borderline. It's not really a lead only, or a definite referral that you know the people well. You just know of them.
Right. I think
So-
that I think that you're getting the card, right? But the person who's it's kind of a go-between, because the person on the other end doesn't know you. So when you're picking up the phone and calling that person, you're kind of doing a cold call, So I would actually call that a lead over a referral.
very good.
That's
Yeah,
what I would say.
that's what I would say as well. Appreciate
agreed.
that.
I
Yeah.
also wanted to add, I think you said you called them moms and dads in those meetings to ask, are you okay with leads and referrals, or do you only want referrals? Like people like me, you can send a lead my way and it's up to me to see if there's a good fit and convert them. So I'll take leads and referrals, and then, but some people may only want referrals. So.
Right. Very good. I like that distinction. Thank you. And there are some people that just only want referrals, right? They don't want to waste their time in their business. Maybe they have a lot of business and they want to make sure that it's just a referral. So
Yeah, they could do that.
yeah. Now we've all been to those networking meetings where someone walks up and just hands you business cards, right? I've had the pleasure of getting a business card that didn't belong to the individual. And I was like, wait a minute, so I'm confused. This isn't you. And they said, oh, that's because I'm just here on benefit of this individual. The individual couldn't even show up. They sent somebody in their place and gave them their business cards. How often am I going to refer that individual, do you think?
Never.
Never, right? Because they didn't even have enough, enough, I don't know, to show up, right? They didn't want to show up and do the meeting themselves and meet people. How, I can't refer that individual. How would they treat my client, right? They'd send somebody else in their place. So, yeah. Anybody else have any other reasons why you want to have referrals versus leads? Okay. Yes, Trish.
I like a good referral, especially if, like in this situation, people understand maybe a little bit more about what I do and what is good business for me and what isn't good business for me. So if they know that and they say, oh, call Mr. and Mrs. Jones, they would like to, do a 3-week tour of Europe versus, here's Mr. and Mrs. Jones, they wanted a 3-night cruise. I mean, those are vastly different things. One is like my ideal client. The other one is business that's really not good for me. So I think probably for most of us, getting a qualified referral is going to be the most valuable thing. But if you know that somebody is thinking about going to Europe, that's a better lead than a cruise. Does that make sense?
Yep. Very good. Because it's specific, right? What they're looking for. Yes, Mel.
Hence the need for moms and dads.
So
in your mom and dad, it's not about selling to the person that you're talking about, that you're talking to. It's about finding out who they are and what they do, getting comfortable with them and getting them comfortable with you, so that you can sell each other's business, because it's about increasing our sales force. So the more I know about your business, Cynthia, the better I am at telling people, well, Cynthia can help you on your insurance, on for life insurance, certainly, and helping you get that safety net that you and your family need. That's easier for me to say, well, Cynthia does something, but I don't quite know what it is, but maybe she'd be a good fit for you. So knowing more specifically, for instance, people knowing that I work with nonprofits and small business and chambers of commerce doing fundraisers, that's important to know. I don't work birthday parties. I don't do bar mitzvahs. I don't do weddings and funerals. Those are things for other people, and I can refer you to those people that do those. What I do are
you're doing corporate. One funeral.
Well, that was personal. That was a personal friend. But no, as a rule, I'll do your funeral, Mark. Yeah.
Very good.
We all have to agree, the one wreath that will be there, you walk up and say, now Mark asked me to throw this in the audience, and whoever catches it is next. That's your cue to get out of there.
Oh, very good.
Oh my goodness, guys.
All right, do you want to interview somebody, Cynthia?
I will interview someone, and then
and we'll go into breakout rooms.
Okay, Melissa, how about if I interview you from Tampa Crossroads, because I've not met you. So yeah, let's do that.
Sure. So we're going to go into breakout rooms, and first I want to make sure you guys are connected on LinkedIn, right? Yeah. Because we should all be connected on LinkedIn. And if we're not, that's kind of just another easy way to make sure you're helping us thing. And if you don't know it, for those of you in the RGA Special Forces, the number 3 travel agent is in our room right here. What? So make sure you get in the RGA Special Forces LinkedIn group. So we're going to go to our rooms. Not you, Melissa.
Not you, Melissa.
Not you, Cynthia.
Not you, Melissa.
Right the rest of you go to your rooms.
Go to your rooms. Oh, thank you, Melissa, for sticking around and wanting to be interviewed. I appreciate that.
Sure.
So, it looks like Melissa Mabe is stuck, but that's okay. There she goes. All right, Melissa.
I have to go to a room. Hold on.
Mark, need to go. So Melissa, tell me a little bit about your, you help a lot of veterans, right?
Yep.
You are in Florida. Florida has probably the most veterans in the country, probably just because the weather's warm, right? So tell me how do you help, and what is it that someone could be looking for as far as trying to refer someone to you?
So specifically for veterans, we have what's called the Veterans Assistance Center, and it's funded by the VA through their SSVF program, which is Supportive Services for Veterans and Families. Our goal is housing, permanent housing. So what we do is we find homeless vets through a variety of means. We have an outreach team that actually hits the streets going in and out of homeless camps, underpasses, overpasses, the woods, like all sorts of places that you or I probably wouldn't want to step foot in. Yeah. And we have teams of people that go out and they find these vets. They will do assessments to find out if they have been honorably discharged, or basically anything above dishonorable. So assuming they haven't been dishonorably discharged, they are eligible for the program, and we try to bring them in and find them permanent housing. We have a housing first model, which means we never try to get them jobs before a home. Our belief is you have to have a roof over your head before you can function as a normal everyday person going to work every day. So our main goal, again, is housing. We'll bring them in, we'll do the assessments. We will get them whatever they need as far as hygiene products. We have a boutique full of clothing and all sorts of donations that we get from the community. And we'll provide them whatever they need to kind of move on with their day and their immediate needs. And then we'll work with them in the VA to get their documents in place. A lot of them don't have identification, so we will literally bring them to go get their identification. We have a fleet of vehicles and case managers, and they spend a lot of time driving veterans around, getting documents so that they can officially move into housing. So once all of their documentation's in place, then we have a housing specialist that will work with them to find out where they want to live. And a lot of veterans have very specific targets of where they want to live. Oddly enough, you would think that people who live on the street aren't particular, but they are very particular of where they want to be. They want to be near resources because a lot of them don't have transportation. So they want to be close to stores and close to their people. Homeless individuals and people experiencing homelessness are a tight-knit group of people. You wouldn't believe how close they are, and word gets out fast. If something happens in the community, word gets out fast. So once we find them whatever housing they're looking for, we will get them approved, and then we will cover everything from rents, deposits, utility deposits. We'll get them everything they need to get housed. And once they move in, we work with community partners to get the place furnished with housing, like household goods and furniture. And then finally, the case manager takes over. And then once the case manager takes over, they are working for the next 6 months to a year on teaching them life skills and weaning them off the financial support slowly. So what will happen is they'll have to start using their own funds eventually to pay small portions of the rent. Until they get to a point that they are working and have some income coming in. And then they can ultimately, the goal is they can afford their own rent, they're permanently housed, they have everything they need, and they can move on with their life. So that's how our veterans program works. We have a similar program called Rapid Rehousing for non-veterans, and it works almost the same way. It's not funded through the VA, obviously, it's funded through the Tampa Homeless Initiative, Tampa Hillsborough Homeless Initiative. And that process works the same way. We're a housing first model. So it's pretty humbling.
Yeah, they're very humbling. That's an amazing thing. So individuals that have, household items, right?
Yep.
They are looking to get rid of, instead of selling them, right? They could donate that, correct? And
Very much.
It's always nice to be able to donate things versus trying to sell it. Number one, you get to write it off your taxes anyways. So
Yep.
why not do that and benefit someone else, right? It should be a giving mentality. And so,
100%.
yeah. So if we could do that, right? And you had, who do they contact and what do they do? How do they go about that?
Yeah, so the main contact is me. There's a couple ways to do that. You can hold a donation drive in your organization. We do ask that it's clean and usable. Right now, we're not taking any clothing. Because of COVID, we haven't had the opportunity to do outreach events, and those are really our opportunity to get rid of mass amounts of clothing and stuff like that. So right now, we're not doing clothing until we can start holding events again. But as far as household goods, create a donation drive as long as it's clean and usable. Call me, we arrange a pickup or a drop off, and we get that stuff out the door as fast as it comes in.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Melissa, for
Thank you.
expanding on that. That's awesome. All right. So you can reach Melissa. Her information is in the chat for sure. Mark, well, not just Mark, everyone, did you have a great connection? Were you able to connect on LinkedIn? What did you find out? Is there any information you'd like to share about your little meeting you had? No one wants to share.
We had a good one.
It's secret. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
Yeah, they're all secret.
I wanted to find out if those are real flowers behind Tasha, or is that just a fake table setting? You have to unmute yourself, girl.
Those are fake flowers, but they were expensive fake flowers. So they are real to the touch. If you touch them, they even feel real. I kill everything. Like, I don't do well with plants, but I love seeing them. So that's what I do. We get $300 fake flowers and they last forever.
And you guys, just so you know, Melissa put the link to the raffle thing in the chat so you guys can click on that. And boy, there's one, the raffle group 2. That's probably where I'm buying my ticket. But my goodness, Domino's gift card, Netflix, Publix, Hulu, Amazon, AMC, Regal, dining gift card, snacks, and soda. So you be Netflix and chill for a long, long time.
There you go. Well, thank you for that. Tickets are only $10 a piece for
I
most
know.
items.
Now,
A
I
great
don't
deal.
really understand like the knife thing. Like you're.
You get donations, Mark, and you do with it what you can.
Oh, okay. So
Everything's been
question.
donated.
I have a question for you, Melissa. What platform did you use?
We actually had our marketing company just build it on our WordPress site.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm working with a nonprofit right now and they're using Rally Up and it's a little clunky.
Yeah. We just have WordPress and then whoever our payment gateway is. And actually the payment gateway was a little difficult because we don't use a common one like PayPal or one of those. So they struggled a little, but they killed it.
Awesome.
So make sure that you save the chat so that you have everyone's contact information. So on the chat area down at the bottom that says file, right next to that, you're going to find the 3 little dots. Click on the 3 little dots and say save chat, and it'll save it right to your computer. And so you can reference that after the meeting as well. So anyone else make a good connection during your meeting?
I did. I got in trouble with Mark because I said I'm not very active on LinkedIn.
Okay.
OMG.
You want to make sure that you're doing your business on LinkedIn as well. It's Facebook and all the others, right?
Well, here's what I was told by allegedly a social media expert in marketing is if you're going to be on the platform, be active. If you're not going to be on the platform, remove your information, because so many people use Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. And if the last post you made was, May 12th, 2019, their instant thing is, are they still in business, right? So if you're not active, and LinkedIn is a much easier platform to use than, for me, Instagram, because I don't know how y'all do it by picking on all these pictures, because my pictures suck.
Called editing.
Oh, it's called editing. Yeah, well, I get one shot, and usually that's good enough. As you well know from the festival, you're like, why'd you take a picture of the guitar string? Well, that's what came out.
Well, Mark, we do have photographers in the group, so
We
Yes,
do,
that's true.
but my
professional
goodness,
photography.
they can't follow me around. I'm not a Kardashian, although that slot is now open on TV. We could be the RGA group and just have cameras follow us around. It would be entertaining, wouldn't it? Can you see us? We're in Chattanooga at the Chattanooga Choo Choo, and here comes Trish. She's freezing.
Freezing
next
with a
to the
weighted
boiler.
blanket.
Weighted blanket.
They put her next to the boiler in the locomotive.
Right. I'm already drafting the pitch in my head.
There you go.
Good.
There you go, Zoe.
That's
We're
awesome.
perfect.
I mean,
All right.
we don't have a sex tape, but we have plenty of meetings.
I was going to say you have loud dogs.
Loud dog.
Don't record a sex tape, Mark. Don't do it.
No.
Yeah, please.
That ship has sailed.
Okay, we're getting off point here.
Thank you. Bring us back.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So did anyone else have a interesting meeting, or did you guys not do anything in your meeting? Did you connect LinkedIn?
Yeah, we did connect on LinkedIn.
Okay, perfect. Zoe, you had something to add?
I had a great time meeting Greg and Melissa, both fantastic business owners. I have not connected with anybody yet here on LinkedIn, but I will. I will go around and look all of you up. So
some of us are kind of a big deal, just letting you know.
Yeah, just a bit. Cool.
Chris, number 3 travel agent.
Well, and I was going to say, now that I've met Greg and Zoe, I know that Greg, you should probably be talking to Trish. With some of the clients that you have, you might be a good introduction to her for them if you don't already work with them, Trish. So he works with some cruise ships, Trish.
There you go. Very good.
Thank you.
And then Zoe, why was that a good connection?
Zoe and I have some interests in common.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, so we're gonna meet offline.
Right. Yeah, a
Very
little bit of background in event creation, and Greg and I overlap in content writing. So, yep.
That's great. That's great.
Mhm.
Always good to hear that you guys can make connections, right?
You're back in Fort Myers for how long, Cynthia?
For a while.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
Cool.
Yep. So, all right. We are at 12:56. Mark, do you have a quote of the day?
Oh, I can come up with one pretty quickly.
Oh,
Oh, this is what I used to make people who had sales put in their what is it, the sun visor.
Right.
He who has a thing to sell and goes and whispers in a well is not so apt to get the dollars as he who climbs the tree and hollers. So one of the things that I do that annoys the dickens out of everybody is I wear an RGA shirt or my name tag everywhere. Do you know why? People ask me, what is RGA? And I'm very happy to tell them. So when I grocery shop, I go to the longest line. You know how most people, like, they dodge in their cart for the shortest? Not me, because I want the person in front to ask me what RGA is, or the person behind me, or then they'll say, do you know where the, cereal on sale is? Why, no, ma'am, I don't work here. And then I usually start, well, we're a business networking, and they say to me, oh, my husband, brother, sister, cousin, aunt does A, and I'm like, great, can you invite them to one of our meetings? We can help them get more business.
Mhm.
So that's.
so tip that you should have gotten from that is wear your business shirt out, right? Or your
Or
business
your
hat.
name tag.
Even to church,
Yeah.
but then they pick you to be an usher.
Because you have a, but that's not a bad thing, Mark, because then you're walking down the road and everybody sees it, right?
Well,
So,
yeah.
Make sure that you spend your time networking and making the best connections in
Well,
your
if you're gonna do it, you might as well write,
Yeah, Mark, that bowl they pass around at church is not for your business card.
No, but you know what I do at gas stations is I put my business card on top of the gas pump.
There you go.
So Mark did teach me when I first got into the networking group, he did teach me that when you send out any bill, you put your business card in there. You never know where your next referral is going to come from. And it could be someone that is looking for just what you have. And you just sent them a bill to pay, right? You send your check in there, stick your business card in there as well, right?
Because to people who aren't in the networking arena, they value those business cards. So we literally got a lady from Achieva Credit Union. That's where our car loan's from. Like, she shows up at a meeting and she goes, our sales rep's coming here. This is perfect for him. I said, how did you hear about us? And she goes, every month some guy mails a business card in when he pays his car note. And I thought, well, it's finally worked. But who knows? But be prepared when you leave it on the gas car, like when you leave it on top of the gas pump, because they usually go, you're never going to believe where I found your card. And I'm like, well, this rocket scientist, like, no, where? And then they're like, or I'll say the Costco gas station or the mobile gas station, where, and then how'd you know? And I'm thinking, oh, we got a real bright one on this, the other right here. But they usually
thought that was an accident.
They usually want to sell you something, right? And so then you kind of spin it around. Well, hey, I'd like to introduce you to 10 of my, treasured business professionals. I have a Zoom call with them or a Zoom, lunch with them. Would you like to join us? They're like, oh, yeah. So you guys, just so you know, for whatever reason, YouTube will only let me do 200 words at a time. So I have cut and pasted in the chat in YouTube, and I don't know who the three people. So some questions are: anybody can bid on the buy a raffle ticket, even if they don't live in the state of Florida.
100% they can. We do ask that you pay for shipping if it's over 100 miles from Tampa.
Okay. And then the other one is, Trish, can you book travel outside of the state of Florida?
Absolutely. Yes. I have clients all over the United States and some in Canada.
And then Amber, they said when they clicked on your link, it's not going to a website. It says next page, whatever that means.
Well, I'll look into that. We'll have to fix that.
Thank you for watching us on YouTube. I certainly don't know how you found us. I'm glad you did, but I've never had we've done this for a year and a half, and we've never had like that many questions. So thank you for asking questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
They want to know if Zoe are you single?
There you go.
Oh, I looked at my website and next page is the page, and in about 5 seconds it will go to it.
Right.
Oh,
I abstain.
You're single or
Who's asking?
I don't know. When you click on them, it doesn't go to a profile on you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, creepy. So you know what? Go to Tinder or wherever you find the people.
Yeah.
This is RGAnetwork.net. We don't take ourselves seriously.